not many people in this hall know what is the relationship between the president and statecraft. I will talk about it as the last of the three things I would like to talk about. One is I met statecraft. On day one, I was assigned the responsibility of being director of media and communications of the Presidential Campaign Council, APC, Muhammadu Buhari. Two young men, a cameraman and this other young man holding on to the telephone, tweeting all of the time and listening to the telephone. These two were always in the president's plane. And they told me that, look, you are the man in charge. If you can clean up everything, bring whoever you want to bring, remove whoever is there, it's your own show. I said I would like to give a chance to myself, to these two young people. Let me not damage careers. Let me not stop these young people. I think that with the benefit of hindsight, I will say that that journey with these young people is perhaps the most rewarding that I've experienced throughout the campaign. Statecraft delivered on all fronts. They sold an unlikely candidate to a very skeptical country, a skeptical nation. A second thing I would like to say is the day the security seized my home, I woke up to look through the window at about 3 a.m. to see that my house had been surrounded by armed policemen in the course of the campaign, and some who didn't wear uniforms, but they were. In fact, it was the cocking of their guns that rose me and my family members from our sleep, only to discover that tens of policemen, police vehicles, and some other unidentified, vehicles with darkened, windows and all of that were around my own home. I will not say that I had been through that. I had been to prison before on account of the job, but this was something new. So the first thing I did was to say, who will help me out of this situation? I needed to expose what was going on. And the first man I reached was Adebola Williams of Statecraft. Adebola began to announce on Facebook, on Twitter from that moment until the security elements realized that the whole world was looking at what they were doing. And they retreated. Because I remained indoors, closed the place, and I didn't allow myself to go out. And of course, it was much later that we came to know why they had come. Even the APC presidential campaign was penetrated by fifth columnists, and I will make this confession. Because the day before that siege, we had had a meeting with the security committee at which we agreed we were going to run a story announcing that the national security advisor at that time, Mr. Sambo Dasuki, was staging a second coup d'etat against Muhammadu Buhari. The former national security advisor was involved in the coup that threw out Muhammadu Buhari as military president in 1984. There was a plot this time around, all of the things that followed, the postponement of the election on account of this and that thing, and all of that. The thinking in the campaign was that this was yet another coup being hatched by the national security advisor. And we later discovered that this siege on our homes was to preempt, the disclosure. So, what do I mean? What am I saying? That I owe to Statecraft, I think, my own freedom, my own life after that incident. And then lastly, to say that Muhammadu Buhari's goodwill and greetings to you is on account of the fact that he won an election that many people thought he was not going to win. Now, if it was ever said that look, the Americans say that the elections are won on the dollar. It's very improbable that anybody can win an election without money. We didn't have advertising money in our campaign. Mr. Shobanjo is here. They control the industry. You know, they knew where the money was coming. We didn't have it. And even where we had little money to spend on advertising, the Nigerian Television Authority was not making available to us slots, neither would the AIT. I remember on a particular night I called AIT, NTA, they have 16 slots of 1 minute advertising. 16, and I said I wanted to buy 1 minute for the Buhari campaign. They said all 16 had been sold. But on some other instances, because of the partisan nature of NTA, money was returned to us. From AIT, money was returned to us. They simply won't advertise for us. So who did it for us? It is the young people of this country, the social media. And our window was statecraft. You know, they did it for us. And I had never failed to make the confession. The Presidential Campaign Council sat many times with the candidate Muhammad Buhari in audience. And I used to tell them, if anybody came to you to say, pay me for the consultancy for the work that we're doing on the social media, give them nothing. Because the young people of this country seized that campaign. They made it their own and they made it to succeed. For this reason, Muhammad Buhari is grateful. We're thankful to Statecraft being our window to this new media. And we hope that this partnership will continue. Muhammad Buhari will run an open government. It will be accountable. And we are receptive, we are open to the views of the young people and all of the people of this country. He is human who will take corrections. We will learn from Nigerians because this government will run on the basis of the wishes of Nigerians. Wish you many more returns. Happy anniversary to you. Thank you for listening to me.